Welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking the final episodes of Madoka Magica. All of the feels, oh my goodness. Do you really die or are you still around? Let's discuss.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking the final episodes of Madoka Magica. I can't believe we're already at the end. Oh my gosh. And we have special guests in the house again. Woo! Let's welcome Christene Cabanos, voice of Madoka.
Yes, here I am.
And then we also have Alex Von David on the couch, director and writer of the adaptations on the couch. I was like, on the couch. So used to you were over here at the table, so now the couch.
But this, like you were saying, this is kind of perfect.
Yes. Now we have the ladies and then our gentlemen. Yay.
Madoka and Homura,
Welcome.
too.
And then we're Madoka and
Kyoko.
Homura. Yay.
I love your costume.
Yes. Thank you. And then also on this end of the table, we got Veronica repping some Kyoko love.
Yes,
Woo!
love
And
it.
Jaimi with the pink and the white doing some Madoka as well.
Love it.
Unfortunately, no, we don't really have any Sayaka in this one, but you know,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. She's in our hearts.
She's still in our hearts.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Pour one out for Sayaka. No.
Right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
See you at the crossroads. See you at the crossroads.
Jaimi, we'll start with you because you had never seen Madoka before. How do you feel now that you've seen all of it?
I love the show. I was telling you guys last week, like, I think it's a phenomenal job with the dubbing and just to the creators in general. It's a great show. Of course, whenever I see, like, little girls, I'm like, okay, what am I going to expect? But it's just so good. It gives you all these emotions, and the ending is crazy. I was not expecting that, and I think it was just a great twist, and I loved it. I think it's definitely going to be a favorite.
And Veronica, rewatching?
Yeah, no, I mean, I loved it. I've been waiting to get to these batch of episodes.
Right?
Just because it's like, obviously, I knew everything that was happening with Homura, and just, I love, oh!
Yeah, that excited.
Not so
Magical
excited.
girl power.
I love her reveal. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so satisfying because, you know, the series is short. It's only 12 episodes, and sometimes, you know, when you watch a 12-episode anime, you crave more because it didn't wrap everything up.
Yeah.
This was so well done and so self-contained that it's like, I had my reveals. I had my character development. It wrapped up with a nice, pretty bow. Could it continue? Would I love to see more? Heck yeah! But I'm not like, I wish there was more because it didn't give me what I wanted, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Good
it was
point.
great.
Well, there are the movies, so
That too, yeah.
Well, the third one, because first and second kind of
Yeah.
just recap, but still. Now we're at the end of it, and we've kind of going along the way. Alex, how's it feel to go back to it, and it's like, and it's the end, those final episodes.
2 corrections.
Yeah.
So last week, I got the director's name wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was telling Christine out front. I was rewatching him this morning. Akiyuki Shinbo is the director. Sorry about that, Shinbo-san. And then also, somebody brought up the fact that when Mommy's,
Yeah,
you know,
we were talking about that.
that the gem,
Yeah, on
that
her
the
head.
reason she died was it is because of the gem. I totally forgot about that because of what happened in episode 10 when Madoka and
Shoots the gem.
yeah,
Yes.
and then Homura shoots Madoka's gem. So
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm like, oh my god, so much time has passed since I watched these that I've forgotten details like that, and so I want to now go back and rewatch the first few episodes. Just to see those again because I haven't it was as I was telling Christine out front before we started, there's things in the script that I would handle different now.
Oh, interesting.
And then there was some performances that I think also I could have maybe argued with the client a little bit more to do them a little differently. It's also, I mean, how many years have passed now? It's like 8 years, 7 years.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, so like you're a different actor, I'm a different whatever. So it's
Whatever.
yeah, but it's like, you know, whatever. When I was watching the mixes of the Madoka series, whatever notes I was taking in my head about like things that I thought, oh, I could have done it something this way in the script or whatever. All those things I thought were mistakes I took into the next show, which was Blue Exorcist, and I did things a little differently. So, and then I'm not disappointed by any means. I think everybody did a great job, and the show is still pretty rad to listen to in English. But yeah, there's a couple of moments where I was like, I would have handled that. I would have scripted that line a little different, or
Interesting.
the performance might have been a little tweaked. So.
I wish we could go back and do it again. Yeah, because like when I did Madoka, I had only been voice acting for a year or something like that. Or
Oh,
maybe-
wow.
No, you were doing it a little longer than
Was
that.
it a little longer?
Yeah.
Okay, I just remember feeling pretty new to it.
Yeah, everybody was still pretty new.
Yeah, it was my first drama. I'd only done comedy.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah,
And
so
you get all the drama at the
amazing.
I
end
know
of
it's,
it.
Yeah.
it's just drama. So yeah, I remember we took a lot of time towards the end, like these like last episodes especially, to like really get the emotion down because I hadn't
Yeah.
really done anything like that before.
Yeah, I think the only two voice actors that had the most experience on that show were Carrie and Cassandra.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then, of course,
Cassandra.
like Kyle, some of the incidentals,
Yeah.
like Kyle and Karen Strassman and Carrie Savage and Stephanie, who plays
Yeah.
Tatsuya, the
Yeah,
drunk,
Tatsuya.
the drunk brother.
Yeah.
I love him.
And also welcome everybody who's in the live chat, and please leave comments down below your thoughts on the episode if you're watching this later. We're so happy to have you here, and then happy to have you all watch after. All right, so let's get into these episodes. Episode 10, I Won't Rely on Anyone Anymore. We see a very different Homura, and even Madoka very different. She's very confident at this point. It's like
Yes.
role reversal. Jamie, how was that for you? Were you like, whoa, who hit the brakes?
Yes, because you guys know I was like, Madoka, like, where's your backbone? She, you know, I
Right.
like my tough girl characters like Homura, and so just to see the roles reversed, I was like, wait a minute. But I respect it. I respect Madoka so much more, and I respect Homura so much more too, just because of the sacrifice. So
Yeah.
I loved it, and I love an anime where I can literally just sit there and just watch it. I'm not distracted by anything else. I'm just like tuned in. So that this anime did that for me, and not a lot do that. So.
Is there
Right.
a reason why Madoka like went from being so confident to being as like timid and indecisive as she is now?
Different timelines.
They're just it's just because it's a different time.
Every time Homer reset the timeline, everything kind of reset. So it's like sometimes she, like the first time Homura meets you and gets introduced to the magical girl thing, you're already a magical girl.
Yeah.
You've been a magical girl for like a week, I think Mommy says.
Yeah.
So it's just a different version of Madoka.
Okay, so it's not because she keeps resetting. Because there was like a consequence of resetting and resetting and
Yes,
resetting.
that's also a consequence too. So maybe the your timidness is because of the constant repetition, this constant loop. But there's so many different timelines at play,
Yep.
and you're the center of all of Homura's resetting.
Yeah.
That karmic whatever is
Yeah,
going
the
on,
energy.
that's
something to
forcing
her.
all these changes to happen. But Kyoko's still, a magical girl, and so Sayaka and Mommy. So
Yeah.
I like this. It's Omar in the chat says episode 10 is what made the show from 50 to 100.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, didn't I?
Yeah. You just go, whoa,
Yeah.
wait a minute. And that's
Yeah.
how we kept saying, like, hold on with Homura. There's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I'm going to rep the old school Homura, because it was such a switch. And you go, what?
Yeah.
And that it really gives her character context. And that's so nice when you get a character that has context and we get more of that backstory, because then you're like, oh no, she's not being mean. She's had to deal with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense that she had to harden herself. Otherwise, she would have broken, which she almost does.
Yeah.
You're right, Carrie. She does have to have a harder exterior just because of everything she's dealt with. Can you imagine, just like from her perspective, having to go through so many timelines of essentially watching her friends die and die
Yeah.
again and not being able to do anything about it?
Yeah.
The only thing she can do. And then, the reset for sure.
Yep.
Ashley in the chat also says, I love the role switch. It was so cool to see the different sides of the characters. Oh, well, then actually, speaking of different switching, then for Christine, how much fun was it for you to go from being that timid to, okay, now you can be
Oh,
confident?
it was so refreshing. Because the whole time, like
Yeah.
you said, like she's like doesn't want to make a decision and she's crying and it's like, oh my god. And then when she finally gets to like become herself, and like even more so towards like on the last episode, it was very like a whole new different experience being Madoka, which is really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We get the Madoka and Mommy are the ones helping to be the rescue, and it's only been the week, and Madoka, like, her wish is we get her first thing when she dies that first time. Were you surprised, Jamie? Were you like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
She can't die?
Yeah, I was just like, what the heck is going on? And then just to kind of see like how that switched, where this I guess the power is in Homura's hands. It was just very strange to see.
Yes. Because then we get that switch where Homura, we get to learn what her wish is and learn the full context of her wish and her abilities, because we didn't really get to talk about that last time as well. So her time travel, which I love in this episode, they kind of are, it's this one. Yeah, it's kind of this one where the other girls are like, wow, that's really a lame power. I don't know how we'd use that with everything else. And then what it becomes, you're like, dude, that's probably one of the best ones.
Who would think that's a lame power?
It was
Sayaka and Mommy.
Mommy
and Sayaka.
Oh.
Yeah, Homura stops time and she attacks this
barrel
oil drum with a golf club.
Yeah.
So
and Mommy was like, I don't know.
That's about it.
One of my favorite things is when she like stops time and grabs the guns from the Yakuza locker room or something.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god, what is happening?
Well, because I was wondering, well, they don't really have guns the same way in Japan, so where's she going to go? I thought it was a police station, but that makes way more sense than the
police station. She goes to military base.
Yeah, everywhere.
She just gets everything.
Yes, wherever she could go.
Yeah.
Because think of all the other things you could do, like anything, because you could stop time and waltz your way in and come right back out wherever.
It was also really fun just to see the other timelines because we got to see Mommy, who died in the first batch of 3 episodes.
Yeah,
and I'm sure like she's been a fan favorite for some people, and it's like, man, I can't believe she's gone. I wish I saw more of Mommy, and we kind of get to see her.
So what did you guys think when she started flipping out? In that one timeline.
Oh, and Mommy's like, okay, we all just gotta die.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it's crazy. Just in bringing that up, it's crazy because it's like, oh well, they basically learn like, oh, we can become witches. Well, what do we do? How can we like protect everyone and protect ourselves from becoming these awful creatures?
That's her mental breakdown.
It was a very instant reaction, but
it's a logical one with what information's presented to them. You're just like, that is, it's not totally, wait, what? No, it's like, well, yeah, if we're going to cause this damage, we may as well die before then. I love, Golf Club, the training montage they have of Homura learning all the different powers, and Madoka and Mommy, we get to see them fighting and everything. We also, when Madoka becomes a witch as well, we see that briefly, and I wrote a note because there was the moment I said crotch bombs, because there was like that monster where these bombs are dropping.
Witch.
The bombs are
my favorite witch.
Yeah. I love that witch. This is so weird, but I love that because that's what we love about anime. It's weird because if it's normal, we'd be like, that's boring. So then we also get Sayaka's alive and dies, Kyoko's alive, and like all these people, like, we're just gonna put you through the ringer and bring these people back and kill them again. So Madoka's promise and Homura all alone of like, okay, can you make it so I never do this wish again? No pressure at all. It's like, oh man, like that's so, and that gives you so much more depth to Homura, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah. I felt her sadness just even when she said like, we're not even from the same time. Damn.
Yep. And then we get that end of episode 10 brings us back to the beginning of episode 1, which is kind of interesting. Now, I couldn't really keep count. Was there ever a thing discussed of how many times she did it exactly?
No.
Because there could be more than what is seen, so it's not Groundhog's Day where you could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like no.
Yeah, we always just assumed there were more.
Yeah,
just because of how Homura's attitude was. So it was definitely more than was shown in the anime. I'm pretty sure. I mean, again, this was like original. It wasn't coming from a manga or a light novel or anything like that. So there's none of that kind of backstory that we can get that those would flesh out. But yeah, we sort of, I asked Hiroe about it, our producer at Aniplex, and she was like, it's got to be more than what we're seeing.
I assumed it was hundreds, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I would assume it's way more too.
Yeah.
Because she's also that skilled at that point that I think that's how she became so good.
Wait, how long, like, the series, how long does it span from when the first episode?
It's a month.
It's like a month,
Okay, it's not even that
it's like
long,
4 weeks or
so
something.
she keeps reliving the same month over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, it could be
Hundreds.
But then also, I guess she wouldn't age because she's resetting herself as
mentally
well.
She would.
Yeah, mentally, for sure.
Right.
And I would say she has, just from where she started and
Oh,
where she is now.
yeah.
She has
Oh my gosh, yes.
And matured very much.
That point where she gets to the point, takes the glasses off, and is like, screw this, and I'm just going to get right to it.
What a
Take
transformation.
that flip. And you notice she does so many hair flips throughout the show, which you go,
I like the instant LASIK.
Yeah, right? It's like, maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah. Something else I really appreciated about this episode was I know myself when I was watching it for the first time, I had so many questions. Like ask Kyubey about this thing. Like why isn't Homura just telling them what's going on? And especially like in the beginning of this episode when you find out it's because she can time travel.
Yeah.
I love the fact they're like, you got a question, we're gonna answer everything.
Yep.
Why didn't she just tell them? Because they didn't believe her.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that she at least tried though, because that's the storylines that's so frustrating when you're like, well, try it, and she's like, I did. I'm gonna tell you, and then it doesn't matter. We have at least 2 people or so in the chat mentioning that it had been 12 years.
Of her doing it over and over
12
again?
years of doing it over?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what is she in her brain, like 20-something?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like, ugh.
Where do they get? Where are you guys getting that
In the
information?
manga or something?
Somebody says the original. Oh, it's Omar says the original director is in an interview said around 12 years.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then a few other separate people. Lucky 7 said 12, and Larry Koopa says 12.
Thanks, guys.
So, thank you.
my
Thank
lucky
you, live
number.
chat. Oh, nice.
12.
Oh, you learned something new.
Yeah.
All right, episode 11, the only thing I have left to guide me. Okay, so it's semi-ironic, because ironic's normally used wrong all the time. Madoka is so potentially powerful because of Homura going back to save her. So essentially, if she hadn't have saved her, she wouldn't have built up this giant energy ball, essentially, of potential. And that just... Oh, to learn that for her, too, is so crushing. What did you both think, Veronica and Jaimi, what do you think of that? When you get that reveal of, Kyubey goes, yeah, it's kind of, you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt bad for Homura. Like, you know, she really tried. She lost her friend, you know, really the only friend that she had, essentially. And she's had this burden for, now we know, 12 years. Like, that's really awful. So I just felt bad for her because she's like, okay, well, if we do this, and then that falls out, and it's just like, it's like she feels like she can't win. And I felt really bad for her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly think that she, like you were saying, Jaimi, she felt like she couldn't win because she's built up so much energy with Madoka at this point that when it gets to the end of the timeline and Madoka basically becomes a witch, it's like, well, she can't do that, so I just need to go back and reverse it and just keep trying to make sure she doesn't get to that point because, she has so much energy, she becomes a witch, and I just let it go and stop, it's just going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah. It's interesting of, like, I guess the 12 years could be flexible in terms of if she started and stopped at different points in the month going, all right, we've come too far. Let's just reset now.
Depending on who dies when.
Yeah.
Whether Madoka dies early.
Maybe she resets after like 2 days. Like, oh no.
Maybe.
Wrong foot.
Yeah.
Let's do it over.
Yeah.
We get I love all the different timelines, which was great. Sayaka's funeral was sad too, but at least we get some closure with that. Yeah. And they found the body, which just felt really creepy, real world as well. Then we get the moment where Kyubey goes, oh yeah, well, humans are livestock, and we've been doing this for your whole civilization's history, and that's fine. And gives Madoka that moment of, oh, well, you eat animals, don't you? Oh, man. I mean, it's a good comparison. If you've ever watched Arjuna, which is a really obscure anime, they totally do that with that, where she essentially feels what animals go through and is like, nope, not eating that ever again. And
it's funny because when I watched Madoka originally, I really didn't enjoy Kyubey.
Right.
Just because, like, he's basically taking advantage of these girls and lying to them and making them make contracts without the fully knowing what's going on, what's going to eventually happen to them.
Is withholding information lying?
I don't want to even. I'm not ready. But in watching it a second time, there are certain instances where I'm like, you make valid points. I can see where you're coming from, kind of going off of what you were saying, Alex, a couple of episodes ago, of like, this is just Kyubey's world. He's never really known, like, oh, is this bad or is this good? This is just what I was created to do.
It is his job. There is no moral anything about him.
Nope.
He helps, or it helps facilitate the energy in the universe, the balance of energy, and there's really nothing it can do, or any of the other incubators. It's they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do, and they see it as something that benefits billions, not just 4 friends.
Yeah. I always play devil's advocate whenever we're like discuss this at conventions.
Oh, you and Cassandra's.
Yeah,
good or
like
evil?
we have like our class, and like I'm on like Kyubei's side sometimes. I'm not his side. Like I don't think what he did was like right, but like you said, like he's just doing his job, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he makes a great point. So his quote also is, all hopes are for something other than the current reality, after all. And anything that doesn't match reality is bound to create a distortion. So the problem is all their wishes were like, you're wishing for something that doesn't really exist. Of course, that's going to mess up reality, which is kind of a good point. Also, we get that moment of emotion is a mental disease, which was like,
Whoa.
oh,
It can be.
That's a
okay,
little-
Kyubei. Right?
Yeah.
That's what he throws out. And it's like, Monica's like, no.
No.
That's not right. So we also get that moment, too. Madoka goes to Homura, and Homura breaks down and is like, all right, I'm going to tell you everything, because that's our current Homura. How did we all feel at that? And then, and also, we'll start actually, though, with you, Christene. How was it, like, those scenes, too, where you get Homura confessing to you of all this laying on the line, and you have no idea what she's talking about?
Oh yeah, I know. That was like super confusing in the when I first watched it. I was like, what the hell is happening? And I'm sure for Madoka that's going to be like to see her go from her, because she's her still stoic Homura in this timeline, and then suddenly like flip around and be like not old Homura, but like
Want to get a hug too? That like she hugs her?
Yeah, it's like I would imagine. I forgot how does Madoka react? Does she just
She's
kind of
stunned.
like stunned
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
blank, right? She like, doesn't know what the heck is
Yep.
happening. I mean, that's probably how I would react too.
And you did very well.
You know, it's that standard thing in the movie. Who else gets annoyed when somebody said something that sounds so like fictional? It's generally with ghost stories, where the other person automatically is like, "You're lying." Well, you don't know if they're lying. You go, "I believe you believe it," and I feel Monica's in that realm of like, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you believe that truth."
And I love the fact that that's kind of how Madoka went about it, because I think she has seen enough stuff at this point to be like, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we have. Oh, yeah, we get the evacuations and everything. We also have that really quick moment. Who thought it was interesting? We get the mom and the teacher kind of hanging out at the bar, which that was... You could almost say that scene could be cut. Alex, why do you feel that scene's in there?
Well, it's the first time we're seeing that the mom and the teacher had a friendship that has been lasting for years and stuff. I think it also dumps some information about Sayaka's body being found, and there's an other girl who's older. She's in an upper grade or whatever, and she's been missing for a week. So it kind of just lets the audience know that people are aware that reality or the real world is also knowing about that stuff. But I think also I'm trying to remember exactly the line. I think Karen's character, the teacher, can't remember the teacher's name now. I'm blanking out all over the place.
Junko?
Junko
is
is
the
the
mom.
mom.
That's
Oh,
the mom.
the mom.
I think the conversation that they're having is
Your child growing up and like going onward too, and like
and trusting them that they're going to be okay to it's okay to let go, something like, and then of course that leads into the conversation on the stairwell with mom.
Yes.
So, which is always kind of like, they always reinforce that relationship between mom and Madoka has always been like this sort of trust. Like, mom knows that, or Junko knows that Madoka, she's got her head on straight, and she's going to do what she thinks is right. And there's only so much that mom can do. So it also gets the adults out of the I'm going to force my kid to do what I want them to do. They're going to stay with me or whatever. So you get more of a sense of how Junko is as a parent. And, that's what I kind of thought.
Yeah.
I love their relationship. Yeah, I was actually...
It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why I was listening to a podcast about parenting, but basically they're saying that, like, the way that we should be parenting is the way that Junko parents Madoka, in which she doesn't force any kind of, like she's not trying to live vicariously through Madoka or forcing her to do things. She's, like, lets Madoka be her own person and make her own decisions and make her own mistakes so that she grows up to be a good person, which she is.
Yeah.
So...
Well, she also has Madoka has a great line of, "You raised me right. You should trust in that you raised me well."
But how many kids can say that?
Yeah.
True.
Madoka can certainly say that because she seems like a nice girl.
Yeah.
I mean, don't think my mom and dad did a bad job raising me. But there were times when they had to step in, and who knows where I'd be today.
Right?
So, yeah.
I think my mom raised me like Junko, kind of.
Nice.
Did she?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, she did want me to. Like, she, of course, like in my family, they're you be doctor, but sorry, mom.
Hey, but you've been a doctor, a magical girl, a squid girl.
Yeah, it's true. I've been more than you could ever ask for, right?
Thank you, chat. The teacher's name is Kazuko.
Kazuko, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So then the final moment in that episode is Homura literally almost giving up. Madoka shows up, Kyubey, and Homura's like, no! And her leg is pinned. Oh, the pain, too. Oh, my goodness.
I love the blood.
Yeah.
It was like
symmetrical.
Yeah, it was something about that was just so like, oh, that's kind of perfect. I remember every time the shot came on,
like,
we'd all be like, oh. Yeah, because Oscar was recording that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he and Hiroe and I would just be sitting there in the booth while you guys were like working out your emotions in the next room, and we're just like, oh, she's kind of cute like that. Wait, she's got blood on her face. Yeah.
My boyfriend was the audio engineer.
Oh,
on the
cool.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been together since then.
Aw.
That's awesome.
And then the finale, episode 12, my very best friend. Oh, right? Oh, my goodness.
heart.
All right. So Madoka with Homura of just like, I'm sorry, and my wish is to, Madoka's wish, I wish to erase all the witches before they were ever even born, past, present, future, everything. What? It's like this moment that you go, that is the most great way to kind of beat the system.
I thought it was genius.
Right?
I thought it was genius, but then I was also looking back and kind of just wondering if maybe it goes against the cosmos or whatever. Granted, everything about the show kind of goes against the cosmos at this point. But I was wondering if it could have just been easier for her instead of like, I'm just going to defeat the witches basically before they form. If she could have just been like, I just don't want witches or magical girls to exist anymore. Kind of thing.
Like from that
if
point
she could have just
before.
just like moving forward, she was I just want to erase all magical girls, all witches.
They made the point that Kyubey makes the point that magical girls are the advancement of our society, though. So technically, if she then possibly erased all witches, there would be he makes a point.
Yeah,
we're still in caves right now.
Still be
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I forgot
it
about
does
that.
say
But
that.
yes, that's like another way. I think she could have worded it in that way of like, maybe just make it magical girls don't turn into witches.
Yeah, I think she.
But then they could turn into something else, maybe.
But then how does the energy stay in balance?
Yeah.
And so Madoka still had to work that out as Gadoka. So
Jaimi, what do you think of that wish for Madoka?
Well, I mean, I think just really with both girls, with Madoka and with Homura, like specificity matters. But again, I thought that the wish originally was genius, but then just kind of seeing how things kind of went wrong for a quick second, then they went right. It's just I was nervous, but it all kind of worked out. So
Well, as Christene, you mentioned earlier that Homura, a word for her is for Madoka, a word is hope, and essentially she becomes hope for all of the girls out there. She gets that moment, and then the universe essentially is reordering itself, and Homura gets to watch, which is crazy. What was it like filming the Gadoka scenes?
Oh, those are my favorite. I really liked those. Yeah, like we had to change like her cadence changes, her speech changes. It's like a whole different character, and it felt really soothing. A soothing way for her character arc to end.
Do you recall what your direction was of how to do the Gadoka voice?
Take 4, take 5, take 6.
I don't remember exactly, but
I think it was just I think I remember, and it was just it like slowing down your cadence. I remember chopping words out of the script.
Yeah, so you could go slower.
Yeah, so you could go slower, and then just a little more centered and at peace.
Zen.
Yeah, Zen.
The meditative kind of state.
Yeah, totally.
And I love the outfit. Like at the end, she just looks so angelic and beautiful and just confident and strong. And I was like, I
love when people do that costume when they do the underskirt with like
the galaxy.
They make it glow. Like they put lights inside it and stuff to make the galaxy underneath.
Question: was it episode 12 or episode 11 we first got to see Madoka as a magical girl, like officially a magical girl in this timeline?
In 10. Well, in this timeline, it's 12. I would
12.
say.
Yeah,
that was another point I just kind of wanted to bring up. That's interesting about Madoka is that it's a great show, but it's very misleading in its promotion. It's like, oh, you see Kyubey and you think Kyubey is like really cute and fluffy. Oh, you see Madoka as a magical. You think she's gonna be a magical girl from episode 1.
Right.
Oh, tell me about it. My God. I thought, like when I first because when I got cast, I had only seen the cover of the DVD,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so excited, and I was like, I'm a magical girl. I'm so excited to be. And then I was like, when's it gonna happen? And I was like, watching. I was like, episode 10. I was like, where is it? And then I didn't get it.
But boy, when it happens though in episode 12, when you do make the wish and you get the power and the bow and the way the shots were structured.
I mean, it's pretty epic at the end. Yeah,
it's like, wow, that's
epic
pretty cool.
is definitely the right word for this, because she shoots, all the arrows go. She goes into that higher place, visits all the women of history, which was really kind of cool. I'm like, oh, I recognize that one and that one, and like that was a cool moment. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Our last big moments are, one, the end. There are now wraiths instead of witches. Yay! You know where witches sort of. Do we think Homura, she gets the bow now as her weapon? So Homura kind of remembers. How do you feel how much she remembers of who Madoka is?
I like that she knows, and I think it's important for her.
Yeah.
That's because that's basically what morphed her into the character that she is now. And I think having that past experience of knowing everything that's happened is going to just help her moving forward. She might have some tricks up her sleeve. She might be able to have information. Clearly, she's more knowledgeable than Kyubey at this point.
Yes. Because I like that her brother remembers too, which is really, really cute.
Yeah.
And I like that she kind of switches up her outfit, and then she has the red bow from Madoka, which is so cute.
I heard the thing with Tatsuya, that's like a thing in Japan. They believe that the younger you are, like from when you're born to like when you're a kid, like you are more in touch with God or like spirits and like ghosts and stuff like that. So it makes sense that Tatsuya can remember her or still feel her.
No, it totally makes sense. And then there was a quick post-credit scene. Did you all watch? There's a post-credit scene, if you have not finished it, go back, which was nice of like seeing everybody and then like them running. I like that little thing. Of, like it's not really part of the context of the episode. But
then there's the post-credit scene.
Which is
Homura.
And Kyubey.
Homura and Kyubey. Homura's walking towards the bunch of wraiths.
Yeah, she's going to fight, and then she has the arrow. And
those
like,
wings pop out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was epic. But you guys,
Third movie.
Which is amazing. Like I can't wait to see it. But like I was just still sad for Homura. Like you just been through so much, girl. You need therapy. Like she's just gone through so much, and she's still just gonna be a magical girl, and kick ass. But
third movie.
Yeah.
It's an interesting show to essentially erase your main character. Starkloak in the chat said having the main character being forgotten really surprised me. It was an interesting shift in that. All right, any other final thoughts on this amazing epic show?
Oh, what was the last? Do I say the last line? There's just like a line. That's
there's a line of text.
You know what it is? That's what it is. Hey, Ray,
nice job, Kari.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't forget, always somewhere, someone is fighting for you. As long as you remember her, you are not alone. Oh,
yeah, that was beautiful.
Yes, that was such. Oh, there we go. There's my other notes. Yeah, Homura with wings, and Madoka also says to do your best, which is so cute.
Yeah.
And then get their soul gems and everything. Any other final thoughts?
No, that was just amazing.
Right,
Great show.
Yeah, such a good show. We're gonna do our special segment, which kind of connected because you mentioned the blood. So we'll do the word for red, but also the red bows.
Oh, yeah.
So the word for red is aka.
Aka.
So that's AKA. So it's a nice, easy one. Aka.
Aka.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Where's the ding?
where's our ding? I think we're recording differently, so we don't have right?
It's okay.
And then also, we're going to do some really quick news.
Yes.
We mentioned it also. We have an Attack on Titan after show as well, if you don't know about that. And Attack on our news today, we mentioned earlier, but again, related to Madoka Magica, Jaimi.
Yes. Okay, so for everyone that loves games, all our gamers, if you need a new app to download, you are in luck. So the Magia record, Puella Magi Madoka Magica side story mobile game is launching June 25th this summer. So that's literally like in a couple weeks. And so it's going to launch in the US and Canada, so make sure you check it out.
Nice. And then actually, can we play Ollie's video?
Yeah.
Ollie recorded his thoughts. Get that?
He's so cute. I love his hair.
Pink for Madoka.
Oh,
yeah.
Audio?
What is he saying?
I love the pink hair. You know what? He's giving Madoka Magica vibes.
Oh, wait. Audio, we'll try again.
He's like, I hated it. It's garbage.
No, he looks really
no,
happy.
no.
What's with all
in
these
his-
chicks?
Okay, we're just adjusting audio. Well, but while we're adjusting the audio, we want to give a humongous thank you to both Alex and Christine for joining us today. All the other
thanks for having us.
people who have joined us over the season. It's been so fun talking about this show and getting the insight. Even though it's been later, it's still like this shows how good of a show it is that we're still that pumped about it and not like, it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People like tell me at conventions that they like someone said they wrote their college thesis.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, they really
I love
like
to hear
What was
that.
their major?
I was gonna
Philosophy?
say,
or-
like-
yeah, philosophy or something.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
philosophy of, or like like all the moral things and stuff that happens in Madoka.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So you can. I mean, you got what, 12 episodes to break
Yeah.
Yes.
it down. All the characters. It's
Great quality though, jam packed.
Yeah,
Yes.
it goes some pretty deep, heavy places.
And also, while we're waiting on that, do either of you have any projects you want to promote, are able to promote at this time? Those NDAs, I know, hold things so much under wraps.
I don't know. Do you have anything coming up right now?
I mean, it's the stuff I was saying last
You
week. There's
mention again.
Sword Art Online, Alicization on Toonami. I actually got 2 more episodes to write before we're done with this batch. There's Konosuba, first season of Konosuba on Crunchyroll. There may be something announced during Anime Expo or Comic-Con.
Nice.
But I don't know which. That could be pretty cool for anime fans and sci-fi horror fans.
Nice.
All of those
Okay.
things. All of those things I like.
Well, it looks like Ollie's video we'll put it out on our Twitter because
Yeah.
it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. So you're gonna have to go to ABTV Anime on Twitter. We'll post a link, or we'll post a video there, or as a link. And then I didn't get an exact location, but someone in the chat mentioned that there is a university course on Madoka Magica.
There is.
Wow.
They
What-
said
what
somewhere in the East
university?
Coast.
Wow.
Oh, maybe that's
I
where
love
they
the
were.
East Coast.
I think it's I actually remember I like wrote a story on this a while ago. I think it's specifically just the magical girl genre in
Okay.
general.
Oh, okay.
And then
That'd be
Madoka
great.
obviously being a part
That
of it.
totally makes
Oh,
sense.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they don't
cool.
recall the specific one. Which,
That's cool.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I thought of some. Can I plug a show really?
Yes,
quick?
absolutely.
If you have Netflix, watch Dragon Pilot.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah, Dragon Pilot's really, really cute.
You're super cute.
Oh,
in that.
thank you
Yeah.
so much. I know, I love that role so much. That they
Yes.
said that they're like couldn't think of like they said that role is just who I am. I didn't have to like act like that's just me.
Did
Cool.
Carrie
Okay.
directed that,
Yeah,
right?
Carrie directed it. Yeah, Carrie,
Okay.
the one who plays Mommy,
Nice.
she directed it. But yeah,
cool.
that show, and then we're finishing up Sailor Moon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Awesome.
watch the last season.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, sadly, we're out of time. It's so much fun talking about this show. We could keep talking, so you want to keep leaving those comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up, click subscribe. We'll do more anime. The goal for next week is to cover the movie. We'll stay tuned on that, and we'll let you know what anime show we'll be covering in the future as well. Where can they find you online? We'll start over there, Alex.
Twitter, it's just my name in lowercase, Alex Von David.
And then, Christine, where can people find you?
On Instagram, Christine M. Cabs with a Z at the end.
What up?
And on Twitter, am I Christine MCVA, I think?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm on Instagram more than I'm on Twitter. But
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. And Jamie, where can people find you?
On Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or on Instagram at Jaimi Gray.
And I'm Veronica Valencia. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at it's me, Veronica_V.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Again, go to ABTV Anime. We have photos of those Madoka game images. It looks super cute. And as well as other announcements related to Anime Expo. And we'll be posting all kinds of fun stuff on there. Thank you again for watching, listening. We love you all. And we'll see you next time. Sayonara.
Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.